Namaste, and welcome to our continuing series on homeopathy with our beloved Dr. Pachegaonkar. Today we're going to do the venal circulation.
Yes.
Very good.
As we say, blood is connective tissue for this reason that it doesn't come out of vessel. It is pumped by heart through arteries, and then it circulates to the network of arteries and arterioles, and then finally goes into capillaries, where the capillaries have a permeable membrane, and with diffusion and osmosis the ingredients are delivered to the tissues where it is supplying, and then some ingredients which are discarded by the tissues or need to be excreted, they are transferred to blood stream by way of, for example, carbon dioxide and some other even tissue products. And then this blood pro- proceeds further in capillaries and then gets collected to the venous system. So arteries deliver the blood to the tissues, and veins collect the deoxygenated or used blood with some ingredients which need to be excreted, and it comes through veins. So all these veins, they carry blood towards heart. So they are very similar to arteries. Only difference is in arteries the blood flows through lot of force, the pressure is more, and to sustain that pressure and that elasticity of bulging, the vessel walls in arteries are stronger. Otherwise the structure broadly is just same. Only thing is the vessel walls are not that strong and thick with musculature. So in veins, the blood is collected, and is similar network it is. The main vein, deep veins, then superficial veins, venules, and then they are connecting veins, where the superficial veins and deep veins are connected, and the blood flows bit slowly, and the flow in the venous passage is so slow that 90% of our blood at given time is in veins and not because arteries there is a force, so blood is pumped into the system and immediately it is pushed to the peripheries, to the capillaries. In veins there is not enough force to repulse it or to throw it. There is no thrust given like a heart, there is no organ. And you see, human posture is such that it is a erect posture. So definitely the return of the blood through veins, it's really a crucial phenomenon. But body has organized such a fine network of forces that little muscle walls of the veins, they also have a system to constrict passively and actively. I call it passively because in deep veins, the muscular action of the muscles around veins, that action also compresses it and blood is pushed upwards towards heart. And there is mechanism of what we call non-returning walls are there in veins. This is the difference between arteries and veins. Arteries do not require non-returning walls because always there is a pressure from heart, whereas in veins there are non-returning walls. So once the blood is pushed ahead, then it can't come back. So in veins, the blood can't come back. It can't go in reverse order in spite of gravity because of the non-returning walls these veins having. And these walls are even in small peripheral veins also. Therefore, the blood always, it is ensured that the blood goes towards heart. So these veins collect everything which what we call deoxygenated blood and then bring it to the heart. There is only one vein that is pulmonary vein, which brings oxygenated blood from lungs to the chamber of the heart, atrium of the heart. So here the circulation is a wonderful network, and see the fun. The oxygenated blood, when it is oxygenated in lungs, there also it flows. See, there is a supply of blood through arteries, and at the same time there is debris or carbon dioxide is collected through the veins, and same way it is delivered also. It is like a transport. Oxygenated blood is transported to the tissues, and from tissues the carbon dioxide and other unwanted debris, they are collected, and either it goes to kidneys or through liver, it comes to lungs to get oxygenated, and then it goes to heart. So this way the whole circulation, blood is circulated through the body by the network of arteries and veins together, and each minute every drop of blood gets circulated. So we have volume of say 5 to 5.5 liters in adult human being. Same way per minute that much 5 liters of blood is circulated. So these even veins are like wonderfully organized network of vessels. In humans, see, for example, these calf muscles we called as a second heart. The reason is that when one is walking, the muscles contraction and relaxation which facilitate walking provide enough compression on the veins to push the blood towards heart. That's why we always say walking is definitely facilitating wonderful venous return against gravity. Now the person who is not able to walk properly, they get varicose vein and engorged veins and even pain, because that venous return can't be facilitated unless one walks. Not only walking alone, walking with proper gait, where our gait is that we land on heels with whatever degree of angle depending upon the stride which we have. If we land on the heel and then by pushing we walk, this proper gait ensures very efficient return of venous blood to the heart. And therefore we have seen some people who don't walk, they do not have proper venous return, and their veins also get engorged or flooded with blood, and they develop pain. And therefore we advise that someone who has sitting work and does sit, either while sitting you have the action in the legs like flexing and what we call rotating, flexing action, where your calf muscles are in action, the venous drainage is ensured. Either you walk for 2 minutes every hour, or you have movements in calf muscle even while sitting, or you can take your squat like thing, that padmasan like movement on the chair in between. So don't sit like a log in chair. So one should sit actively in the chair, and never lie down continuously in bed, because that also doesn't ensure. See, with the gravity, maybe blood may flow, but it will not keep things compressed properly. So action of muscle, because all these deep veins, they are surrounded by musculoskeletal tissues and muscles. So action of muscles is very important for proper venous drainage. And from all over body it is connected. There is one part of venous circulation which again is very important, and that is portal veins. This portal venous circulation, see, there are veins in our intestinal abdomen, from esophagus to small intestine to large intestine. These vessels, these veins collect the nutrients and things absorbed from our food intake, and all these collected absorbed nutrients, they are carried through this portal vein to the liver, and liver is like a filter. There what happens in liver, that the blood is allowed to flow through these parenchymal tissues, sinules, what we call small tubules, and from that it is filtered. So all these nutrients which are absorbed through food digestion, they are absorbed by liver, and things which are toxic, they also are absorbed for breaking them or then disposing them off. So all even not only that, even phagocytose, they are even nullified in liver. That's why liver has so many functions. It is not only producing bile for digestion of fat, but it absorbs all the nutrients. Not only that, these nutrients are again broken into what can be available and then released into system for use. And not only that, if there is an excess of thing, they are stored in liver. Whenever the reserves are required, that then it is released for use in the system. And then this blood, filtered blood, is collected and sent to heart. So actually, liver is something which is intermediate organ in the venous system, where it collects the all the absorbed material or even pathogens for that matter. Suppose, because in intestinal tract good things are absorbed, sometimes even unduly bad things, pathogens are absorbed. So that also is taken care, especially what we call some heavy metals or toxic materials which are absorbed. The liver takes care of that. There it is filtered and then ultra pure blood. But here it is not yet oxygenated. It is deoxygenated blood, but rich in nutrients which are absorbed in our intestinal tract. That is collected and that is sent to again the same venous system which carries blood to heart. Many times what happens, there are areas where if portal vein is blocked, then it has a shunting, what we call anastomosis, and then heart can be, this liver can be bypassed, and directly whatever is absorbed in veins is going to the main system and to the heart. And therefore many times we get what we call varicose veins at these shunting sites. And there are, in our human body there are three shunting sites. One is the lower end of esophagus, where the veins get engorged. Another is umbilical site, paraumbilical veins, and third is rectal veins in the rectum. And there, if engorgement is there, we always suspect liver to be in problem, because there is some blockage in the portal circulation. And therefore, suppose there is a unexplained bleeding per rectum or hematemesis where person is vomiting blood, we always suspect liver malfunction, and then that becomes an emergency actually. So we have to address that. So this venous system is very important system, as important as arteries, because nothing is indispensable. And there are many things which even sort of impairments can cause serious issues. For very common is deep vein thrombosis. When blood gets clotted in the vein, and along with that, when it gets clotted, especially the fresh thrombus, the fresh clot is friable because it's a blood clot and it's friable, and these pieces can get into circulation, can go to lungs, and there would be embolism. And sometimes these peripheral veins, if they are punctured, the varicose ulcer, what we call, it may just continuously ooze, bleed, unless mechanically it is helped. So this is how it's a very important part of circulation.
One personal question. How is it that they could remove a vein from my leg and connect it to the
Yes, what they do is they do wonderful anastomosis there. It is not that vein is removed, just a part of vessel where there would be what we call collateral circulation can be collected. Very small part it is, very small
Oh,
part. And then it is anastomosis because that length is flexible. It is not that they just remove the whole vein. It is
Okay.
just little length and then anastomosis, and it can grow because it is a healthy sign. And that vein is put up for bypass in heart. It is
Yeah.
used.
How big is it?
Yeah, it's just few not more. It is just bypass where there is a block. Only that bypass is needed.
Now I
So
got
it
it.
is not the whole length of vein. It can't
Okay.
be removed.
Thank you. Namaste all.